Yes.
Hey, everybody.
It's Christmas!
It's not entirely Christmas yet,
You're
but it is
always-
December.
Okay, fine.
And we're in a Christmas mood.
Month is here.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
And now we can, stop pretending not to be overly excited about Christmas and just be overly excited about Christmas for all to see.
I know.
'Cause
Who's
that's
excited
us.
about Christmas? Thumbs up the video if you're excited for Christmas.
Yeah, let us know you're here. Say hi. We're here. We're here to talk to you about Christmas and things leading up to Christmas and all things Christmassy.
Yeah. Hey, if you haven't met us before, I'm Christine and this has been just
We're married.
in case people didn't know us.
Yeah, they might not. We have 4 kids. We live in a tiny townhouse in Denmark.
In Denmark, Copenhagen.
Yep.
It's
Are
nice.
looking to move soon though.
Yeah, probably.
See how that goes.
Anyways, we're talking about the secrets to making Christmas memorable.
That we are.
Yes.
So what's everybody's plans for Christmas and leading up to Christmas, just to get this party started? So I mean, we're as if you didn't get that already, we're pretty excited about Christmas. We've got a whole list of things that we're excited to do, both in preparation for Christmas, but also just in December to have a cozy time. Have a really.
I mean, we were gonna make a gingerbread house this weekend. I think I'm gonna start baking cookies. I think tomorrow. We're gonna go ice skating at some point. Have lots of hot chocolate throughout the month.
You didn't know I was going to bring this up,
I didn't.
but we did make a full list.
Are you gonna bring a list out?
Yeah,
we sat down with the kids like last month, and then we like wrote out a whole list of things we want to do. We've already checked out a few things. We built Christmas Lego. We've what else have we done? Decorated, put up lights. A lot of things.
I feel like you sold this a little bit short. Like we actually did. We talked about like we're gonna make Christmas 2020 the best Christmas ever. So we're like, okay, how do we do that? And then we got into Google Keep, and then we started making a list, and then we've added steadily to that list, and we've got a long
like
list.
Movies to watch, things to do, what to eat, and what to bake, and what to like buy.
All
we're excited.
Categorized. There are a few things here. Lakritstopper. Yeah.
They're like our favorite, actually our combined favorite Christmas cookie.
I think so.
Yeah. I didn't know about it until I married you. So
licorice meringue chocolatey thing.
Yeah. It's really good.
It is super good. Mm-hmm. What did we want to? Oh, we did want to go to a German Christmas market.
That's not going to happen this year.
That's probably not going to happen. Next year.
Yes.
2021, best Christmas ever.
But for now, what do you guys have planned?
Yeah,
what
don't
are your
be shy.
guys' plans in December leading up to Christmas? What do you want to do with your family, alone? Yeah. Let us know. Exactly.
Sweet. But we're talking about the secret to making Christmas memorable. Mm-hmm. Do we need to clarify what we mean by making Christmas memorable? Because you could probably have like a memorable Christmas
without a lot of ways.
Without it necessarily being a good thing. We're talking about the good type of memorable.
Oh, hey. Hi.
Hi, Nadia. And hey, let us know what your plans are.
Yeah, Nadia, what are you going to do with your girls this Christmas? And your husband, not just your girls, There you go.
But on the topic of making Christmas memorable, I think we get super excited. I think it's really easy to get caught up in all the to-dos, and having a list. I mean, that can be a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, because we don't want to sit down at like the 23rd of December and be like, oh, we still have 4 items on a list, and then like we just stay up all night until we have to finish a list. That's not the point of it. It's just when we do have some time. Actually, when we planned this week, we were like, okay, this Saturday we have like half a Saturday where we don't have any plans. Let's look at the list, and then we went to the list to like take something off the list so we don't waste fun time. Yeah.
Yep. We're pretty much just in lockdown, so I guess we'll just eat and play. Hey, I mean, it sounds good to me.
Is pretty much about no. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a lot of our things. It's like baking cookies and eating, and we get all our groceries delivered as well. So there we go.
Yeah, absolutely. And playing games,
board games,
playing a lot,
watching
of board
movies,
games.
like certain Christmas movies that you have to watch every Christmas. And only there.
Yeah. What are your Christmas movies that you have to watch? What are our Christmas movies? I feel like Klaus has become like our.
That's a really good one.
Our Christmas
movie. And Lord of the Rings.
One of our, super Christmassy.
Which isn't that Christmassy,
but I feel like for all our talk of like all the things that we want to do, when it comes to Christmas, at one point or another. You're just gonna have to like kind of clock out and say, you know, we did what we did, and this is it, and then you know, you stop worrying about everything that was on your list, everything that you did or didn't do, and you're just there, you're present.
Yeah, because that's really it. It's the secret is to like be there in the moment, be present for yourself, for your kids, for people around you, like give them your best and like enjoy it the best of your abilities as well. Like, because when I think back on my favorite Christmases as a kid, like it's those memories of like sitting down at the dining table on the 24th, because that's when we do it, and just relax and laugh at each other's jokes and just like enjoy the moment. I don't really remember if my shirt or dress was ironed or not. It probably was, but I don't remember. I don't remember if there was like dust everywhere. Like it's just, it was just fun, and I was with my family.
Does that kind of capture the idea that like what makes Christmas truly great? I mean, let us know if we're missing anything. If you feel like there's like some key ingredient to having a really nice Christmas, and leave us a comment.
Oh, by the way, when you just said that, it made me think like we're not talking about how like, well, obviously Christmas, if you're Christian, which we are, then it is the focus on Christ that makes Christmas truly memorable. We're just talking about really what we can do in our like with our efforts to create the atmosphere where we can enjoy the Christmas that we want to have.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, to that, I also feel like, you know, being present, that does kind of capture it, doesn't it? Like being present for yourself, not you know, being overloaded with worries, but kind of putting that to the side, being present for your kids, for your family, for your friends, and to whatever extent is reasonable nowadays, you know, for your fellow being. I think that should also be a focus, and it does help making Christmas memorable when you take opportunities to brighten somebody else's day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a good way to brighten someone's day is by like thinking about really thoughtful gifts. And Nadia here,
good segue.
I know, right? She wrote that.
Do you remember your favorite gifts as a kid?
Mm-hmm. And hers was a Cabbage Patch Kid. I never had those.
No, I didn't.
No, they weren't as big in Denmark, but I know what they are. I knew what they were as a kid too. Like I don't. Oh, I do remember. My favorite gift as a kid was this Barbie doll. It was like a Barbie doll with a red dress with a necklace. You push the necklace and it said something, and I loved it. It was also the one where I peeked. We've talked about this a lot, but one time as a kid, I went underneath the stairs where the presents were, and I peeked at one of my gifts, and that was it. And that Christmas was just, I had a pit in my stomach, and I opened it, and it just wasn't as special. I still loved the toy, and I really remember it, but that was not good.
Don't peek.
No.
Mine was probably there are a few. Like I think the Lego police station.
I know you're gonna say that.
Yeah, because I got that Christmas. I got the Lego police station. I also got to stay up like super late to build it, and I remember just, you know, being there, hunched over on the floor, like putting the pieces together, with that feeling of like magic and awe, and like having this toy that I was so excited about, and you know, the lights were mostly off, but they were like the Christmas lights, and then just my working lights. That solid Christmas memory. I got a model battleship as well. So really into like model airplanes and ships and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was huge. Still haven't finished it.
I know, we found it like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's a work in progress and has been for the last 20 years.
Ish. Yeah. So what about you, the rest of you who are watching? What are your favorite Christmas gift memories as a kid?
Yeah. Christmas gifts or gifts that you've given. That's a good one as well.
Yeah. I remember one. Oh, we're not going to talk about this whole video.
No, but we are actually gonna, like, we have some like solid points that we want to share.
Okay, I'll just drop my thing.
But we do want to just also have this be a cozy, relaxing time. I mean, we've had a busy day, had a lot of meetings. We had someone come and look at the house.
Oh yeah.
So we're in the process of selling, and to be honest, like, you know, we're finally sitting down, just enjoying the moment with you guys, with a little bit of minty tea and some
cookies.
Vanilla. What are these?
They're cookies.
I mean, I know they're cookies, but I was trying to, I don't know if you noticed, I was trying to look it up on Google Translate because they're not really gingerbread. They're more like peppery gingerbread.
That's what they are.
I got into a Google Translate conundrum where I realized there's not really a good English word for this. Gingerbread doesn't really capture it. Anyways.
I see. Oh man, so my sister joined the conversation. Her favorite gift was lemon juice from her sister. That's true. One year, because she loves lemons. So one year, I think me and my other sister went together and got her like this little artificial lemon juice, and we wrapped it and gave it to her. And she was so happy that year. She was little. It's okay. Doesn't take much to make her happy. Still doesn't. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. Thanks to see you.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Make Christmas Memorable.
Yeah.
So
going back to this like idea of having like a really nice, relaxed being present during Christmas. Now is the 3rd of December. Now I feel like is a good time to be, doing stuff to like and not just I don't mean just running around like a headless chicken, which I feel like is very common for us to do leading up to Christmas, but actually sit down and kind of take inventory and prioritize a little bit, like what's most important.
So basically what we want to talk about is like, first and foremost, right now, when there's still like almost a month till Christmas, is to sit down, prioritize, like write out a list. What do you want to get done? And then like plot it all into your calendar so you make sure it gets done. And also like look at the list, like is it truly important or not? If it's not important, then don't waste your time on it.
Yeah.
And that's of course important to do, but there's something even more important that we're going to talk about in a little bit.
Yeah. But I think with making the list, I mean, you don't like, if you use a calendar, then perfect, put it into the calendar. If you don't, then just make a list and actually, I mean, open a Word spreadsheet or Google Doc or something, write down everything and then just go through it and like spend, I mean, even if it's just 10 minutes on putting things kind of in order. Like it's a pretty simple exercise. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I feel like it's one of those things where you really get disproportionate results in terms of how effective you are and then actually doing those things.
And how much you enjoy it, not just being effective.
No, Christmas is all about being effective.
Efficiency. No. No, so it's like setting a Christmas budget. Like sit down and like do that. It's like making sure you buy your presents. So we have like a list of all the people we need to buy presents for, and then we check them off and color coordinate it. Like we're nerds. But yeah. So right now most of them are yellow, which means it's been ordered but not arrived yet. So there you go.
Yeah. We're experimenting with using Trello as
it's
a thing
exciting.
to kind of keep track of our Christmas gifts.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you want to get done before Christmas to like be less stressed on actual Christmas? Like what things are on your to-do list before?
Question is like, because I know a lot of different people have a lot of different ideas about what Christmas should be like when it comes to like traditions. I don't know if this is, strictly a Danish thing or an American thing, or if you see this in a lot of different places. But I know a lot of people where Christmas, like, it just needs to be the exact same every year. Like you eat the same things. You have the same people there, the same colored tablecloth. Like everything needs to be the exact same. I think that's great. If that's what makes Christmas for you, perfect. Then go for that. I love traditions. I love having, there are certain things that, you really shouldn't mess with too much, in my opinion. But then there are other things and like now we have family all over the world. So we kind of have to accommodate for that as well. Yeah. But what are your guys' Christmases like in that respect? Is it like the same every year? Or is it different?
Good question.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Oh, finish shopping in October. I thought we were good.
Nice.
Brilliant.
This is Nadia who said she was finished shopping in October. She has a YouTube channel too. It's but I'll live you more. Like, but I love you more. But I'll love you more. And it's really, really smart. She's super organized too. You can see she's done in October.
Yeah, check.
We're
out
done now.
her channel, for sure.
Exactly. That's neat.
Okay, but we were talking about the like putting stuff into the calendar, making a budget, just like taking the time to, before you go and run out the door and do all of your Christmas things, take some time to plan whatever that looks like for you. Mm-hmm. But again, at some point you just kind of have to take a step back and
accept where you're at. Yeah. Oh, we got a few more.
A couple more comments before we
dive into the next point.
So we don't celebrate Christmas anymore because we've discovered the pagan roots of it, but family gatherings are just absolutely wonderful. It used to be very stressful, unfortunately. Yeah, I think that's fair. If you know, follow your convictions in that respect, I think we certainly have some of the like pagan symbolism, I guess, with the Christmas tree and all that. But I think you also have to just make it, you know, for yourself, like put the focus on the things that you think the focus should be on. Yeah,
exactly.
We have certain decorations that come out every year for sure. Decorations. We started a tradition with the Christmas Lego.
Like when I was a kid, we had certain decorations as well, and like I've inherited my favorite decoration as a kid and stuff like that. But in our little family, we buy a new Christmas Lego set every year, and then we set them up, and they're expanding quite a bit now. We've been married for a long time.
Usually the first Sunday of Advent, we'll sit down with the kids and reconstruct. We don't like deconstruct them completely from like the last year, but we'll quickly reassemble the ones that we already have, and then put together the new one. And the kids always know, like they're always kind of keeping an eye out for the new Christmas Lego set leading into December. So.
And then I read a Christmas book every night and play a song every morning. Oh, that's fun. So we've been reading a Christmas story every morning while the kids are eating breakfast.
And I switch, so I'll sing for the kids when they go to sleep. So I've kind of switched into the Christmas song.
Instead. Exactly. Yeah. So the thing is, all these things are amazing, and I love all these small traditions, and they're just all there to make it more hyggelig, which, like, all these things sound super hyggelig. Like our advent calendar.
Oh yeah.
Aww. Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, like, when Christmas comes around, like, there's always gonna be something that you haven't done yet, and like I'm never like 100% ready. I haven't baked all the cookies I want to bake because I always want to bake like at least 1,000 different kinds of cookies. So I haven't never done like everything I want to do there. But you just kind of need to stop and say, okay, it's good enough, and then we do something that we call a brain dump.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe before we go into that, I think it's also important to recognize that, you know, like the stress around Christmas. And, you know, what can kind of distract you from having a nice time with your family and spending time on things that are important to you. You know, a lot of those don't necessarily have anything to do with like the Christmas preparations as such. I mean, it could be financial worries. It could be, you know, just worries in general, or you know, being away from family, or, you know, whatever it is. And I think going back to the brain dump, I feel like that also kind of covers that. Did that
exactly. I at least thought it made sense. Yes.
Yeah. So a brain dump is basically, you know, at some point in time, you just take everything that is kind of still floating around in your mind, and you place it somewhere.
Yeah.
And again, you know, it's sitting down with a pen and a piece of paper for a few minutes, and just emptying your mind, and then leaving it there. It could be, you know, kind of giving yourself instructions for how to pick back up on things when Christmas is past. Or it could just be like putting into words some of the things that are bothering you. If you are feeling worried or sad or whatever, just putting that into words, trying to ask yourself the question, you know, why am I feeling like that? And even if it's not like finding an answer to that question, just putting it down is something that is therapeutic.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer in that kind of a setting when I'm feeling like, you know, going to sleep, if I'm feeling like, oh, I've got so many things on my mind, just that tactile feeling also of like pen on paper, writing stuff down, I feel like is quite nice, in addition to just being able to pick things up again.
Yeah.
Once I've had some sleep.
I mean,
Christmas.
This is not just something we do for Christmas. Like, we have pen and paper by our beds, and then like if we can't sleep at night, then like we use that to just kind of like get out what's in your brain onto some paper. But it's especially something I feel like is awesome right around Christmas time, because there's so many things. It's the end of the year. It's the end of like a really big holiday period where you're supposed to enjoy, you're supposed to have fun, and it can be a lot of pressure to have fun and enjoy. Yeah. So it's just it's a nice thing to do to just get all those thoughts and feelings out. We like to.
Yeah. So we feel like those are kind of some of the things that we do to make sure that when we get there, when we're off from work, when like the Christmas time rolls around for real, then it's the time that we have. We enjoy that with the family and enjoying all the good things about Christmas.
Exactly. What about you guys? If you were to brain dump right now, like what things would kind of come out? Like what things are on your mind right now that you just kind of want to, like, don't be too specific if it's too personal, but like just like let us know, like what are things that you want to get off, like out of your mind to relax more. Yeah.
Think about that. And we've got a few more comments.
Anna Maria.
I had elves that tell them to be nice and spy on everything they say. I like that.
I like that a lot. Kind of like our Nissa.
Or the Icelandic Santa Clauses.
Yeah.
They keep your kids in check.
On their toes.
Yep. We're actually we've just finished a video that we're gonna post just before Christmas, so you should keep an eye out for that one. We're gonna do a different video.
That is my favorite one we've ever done.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. It's gonna come out like right before, what, the 21st was that or something?
Yeah, we're gonna do things a little bit different in the Christmas week. So we'll do an early video. So before, I guess the 24th, is that a Thursday? So we won't be posting on the 24th. I think the 21st.
Yeah.
Is and then we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll do a late video in the week of like leading into New Year. So first Saturday of 2021. Yeah. But that video.
Anyways, that video was so fun. We're just gonna go into.
What, don't you want to tell them what it's about?
It's really good.
It's a quiz.
It's
basically how Scandinavian is your Christmas. So we go through our like Scandinavian Christmas traditions, and then you can kind of like rate yourself on.
So if you're listening here, you're already ahead. You know a lot of stuff.
Exactly.
Anyways,
couple more comments. I started unboxing the gifts and getting rid of the parent-proof packaging, and then I just set the stuff back in when I wrap. Who wants to fight with packaging all day? Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
More.
We get so many boxes, and like our shed is filling up. It's time to go to the dump.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Have some bottles as well. We need to take into recycling. So I think it's about time. Add that to our list.
Yes. And the elves are the best. Oh, my wife is
Santa secretary.
Oh, it
comes in really handy when needing to know the kids' hopes. Yeah,
that is nice. I know a lot of secretaries. I think Santa has a lot of secretaries.
A lot of people work for Santa. So we're talking about how to make Christmas memorable. The secret to making Christmas memorable in a good way. We've talked about some of the ideas, some of the things that we do, and just like dumping things onto a piece of paper. If we've got a lot of stuff floating around our mind just before Christmas, using the time now that you have to plan a little bit, prioritize the tasks. So get all of those tasks that you want to get done before Christmas onto a piece of paper. Spend 10 minutes prioritizing, and then have you can go forward feeling a little bit more confident in that the fact that you're working on the right things.
Exactly.
But if you've liked it so far, please give this video a like. I'm going to assume that most of you are already subscribed. Isn't that fair? I mean,
probably. But if you're not, we would love for you to subscribe too, because we really enjoy like connecting with you, and we feel like we have some really good stuff coming up. So there you go.
Silly Mommy for Life. Hey, and welcome.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Silly Mommy
I like
for
that.
Life.
I feel like that's a kindred spirit.
I know. Anyways, I'd actually like to know, like, we talked about some of our favorite Christmas memories. Do you have a favorite Christmas memory as a kid? Like something, because again, I'm thinking my best memories, I was saying that a little bit earlier, does not have to do with how clean my house was or how like unwrinkled my clothes were. Has everything to do with who I was with and where I was. And it's so in my family we have live candles on our Christmas tree. So after we have dinner, then all us kids, we're 4 kids, would go into the hallway with my mom, and my dad would be in the living room lighting the candles on the Christmas tree. And then we come in, and it's just that sight is just like so much ingrained in my memory, like walking through the door and just seeing the Christmas tree with all the packages underneath with the live candles on it. And just that was Christmas.
Yeah.
I know you always make fun of my family for having live candles.
No, it's not. I just think it's, I mean, now also with work where they drill in like health and safety. It's like, so I can't help but see that whenever the Christmas tree is on fire.
Lit. Yeah.
And I agree. I think it's, Christmas is a time where, it's nice to have the traditions. It's nice to have, like the good memories, but going back in time and thinking about all of the good memories, a lot of them, they're the Christmases where things were kind of different or something happened that was out of the ordinary. And, as much as you tried to hold on to the traditions, I feel like the Christmases where things are a little bit different. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing either. So maybe that's also a good reason to not stress out too much over things being, in order or whatever before Christmas.
Actually, yeah, we haven't really talked about this, but I feel like we both have like, oh, our Christmases are so good from when we were kids. Then we got married, and all of a sudden we had to split our Christmases and be like 1 year with your family, 1 year with my family. And I love your family's Christmas. Luckily, a lot of our traditions are the same, which is good.
Denmark and Iceland.
Yeah, but
Iceland and Denmark. Go ahead.
That way. But I feel like that can be a sore thing for a lot of people. Like, oh, now my Christmas is being changed.
Yeah.
Once you get together with someone.
I feel like we've made,
we've made our own memories
mix,
too.
Made our own memories, picked up on our own traditions and kind of like molded those to be our own. So yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Silly mommy. I'm slowly working on organizing the house, and she thinks we're helpful. That's nice. Thank you.
Thank you. That makes us happy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my kids and my mom always say I'm silly. What was it that Emilia said?
When?
Yesterday she had her friend over.
What want to talk about?
Why are my parents so silly?
Yeah, why are my parents always so silly? Mom, you're weird. Then I just kind of go with it. Maybe it's because I was like dancing.
Yeah, I mean, don't fight it. Yeah. Okay, don't your students say the same thing? Yeah. It's like you're the only teacher that dances while teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're getting very personal here. But yeah, my teacher, my students would always be like, whenever because I teach middle school, like older kids there, and whenever I get a new class, they're always like kind of weirded out to begin with, like the first month or so. They're like, we've never had a teacher like you before. Like, well, I like dancing. That
usually ends up being a good thing, though.
It does, usually.
They love you.
Anyways.
Yeah.
And we got more comments. Read.
One of the best memories I have as a child, my dad was a locomotive engineer. That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
And dressed as Santa on the locomotive. And we go through the crossing saying, ho, ho, ho. I felt so special.
My goodness.
That is incredible.
Our kids would love that.
Yeah.
Especially Lucas.
Oh, he loves trains. Yeah, no. And what is it about trains? We were talking about
They're so Christmassy.
Yeah.
Why are trains Christmassy?
Locomotives.
The only thing I can think of is the Polar Express.
Yeah, but I mean, okay.
But they're probably, I don't know. Why are trains Christmassy?
They are Christmassy, and we love it. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of trains in Denmark.
Mm-hmm. Not in Iceland.
Not in Iceland.
Don't have any.
No.
There you go.
Talking about it for a while, but it makes it difficult when the land is always moving and breaking stuff and what. Okay. So, anyways.
My Swedish Christmas traditions tend to get overruled by my wife's Danish traditions. Well, maybe because your wife's Danish Christmas traditions are just better. I can say this because it's someone I know.
You're a little partial.
I'm a little partial because his wife is my sister. So there you go.
And I mean, I enjoy the Danish traditions, but also a lot of the Danish traditions are just, very similar to the Icelandic traditions. So.
They have lemon juice to put out the fire. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I got the lemon juice. Thanks. No, actually,
very practical.
All throughout my childhood, there would be the Christmas tree, there'd be Christmas gifts, there'd be the Christmas bucket of water next to the tree. It'd be nice,
With a red bow.
No, it's just a bucket of water. It's
like
fine.
a really ugly blue bucket of water.
Actually, It wasn't until I was a teenager that we got a fire extinguisher standing there. It was always just a bucket of water. It makes more sense to have a fire extinguisher now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. I think this has been super nice.
I've had fun. Thanks for joining us, guys. And
us.
Thanks for all your comments. How do you put candles on a live tree?
That's a good question. How do you put candles on a live tree?
What do you mean? How?
No. I mean, it's not like you have special candlesticks, which I had never seen before.
Really?
Yeah, the weighted ones. So you've got like it's kind of like a twirly whirly thing, like a spiral that you kind of like spin onto the branch, but then it's weighted on the bottom, and then you put the candle on top and light it, and hopefully nothing catches on fire.
It never has in all of my 36 years.
Yeah, and that's
You've never seen those before? I think we've never talked about this.
No.
You can also get them like we're on a klim. What's that in English?
Oh, like what? Yeah, what is that?
What are those things? Where
it's like a clothes hanger thing, pin. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you put that on and it squeezes onto the branch, like stays there. You can get those too, but we've always had those weighted ones.
Yeah,
they work really nicely.
I thought you said you would light the candle. Yeah, so it's on. So the candle sticks. I mean,
candlesticks and candles are on the tree, and then my dad goes around and like lights them.
Yeah,
all of them one by one. Yeah.
So maybe we can like we should put a picture in the.
We should
in our community. So keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah,
for clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a great December and that you can enjoy Christmas time together with your family, with your kids, with whoever you're spending Christmas with.
We have a lot of really good like videos coming up. We have one about how we monitor our kids' devices, because a lot of you are probably thinking about getting your kids' devices for Christmas.
Yeah.
We just got our son a device, his first
smartphone. Yeah.
So it's just like how we monitor his device, because the internet is a scary place. And
we've got another one on toy organization. That's always a big one just before Christmas. So we actually just did the kids' room. That was kind of necessary also because we'd moved the kids around, and the room up here really wasn't optimized for Lucas, our 2-year-old. So we went through all of that, and that's a pretty good video.
And then the Christmas quiz.
Yes. I would also tease the dopamine fast video. We finally got around to editing that, and I mean that's been a long time coming. We basically spent the whole month of, was it like August into September?
It was right after she was born.
Yeah.
So yeah, August.
So we spent a month there with no TV, no games, no
video games, no like artificial sugars, like no fast food or candies or ice cream or anything like that.
Basically
social media.
It was a big experiment, kind of different from what we've done, but I think it was super insightful for us, and I think we've made a really funny, informative video out of it.
That's almost done. You're not quite done yet.
Getting there. Yeah.
So that's coming in January though.
Yeah.
Right,
so keep an eye out.
All these
for
good
that
things.
As well.
We're super excited. And then we'll see you guys.
Thanks again.
Next week.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.